I don't know what happened to dark mode for chat. So pardon the weird white square instead of the blue. I mean, instead of the black square. I got my big cat here. She's being a friend. There she is. So we're gonna have cat cam. Yeah, she's a beautiful one. Before we begin, I need to wipe down my nails with some acetone. But we are going to be doing a little bit of experimenting with this situation, the bubble nails. I realized that you can't see the bubbles. They're there. They're on the edge. With regular polish. We might be doing multichrome powder. We might just be doing regular polish, depending on how successful our tests are. I did a bunch of testing a couple of weeks ago on my big toe. Because I had polish on my hands and I didn't want to take it off. And I don't think it would react the same on a swatch stick or something. I'm just wiping down my nails with acetone. But the most success that I had getting the bubble texture with regular polish was if I just did the regular polish and I didn't do a top coat, but I can't live like that. I need a top coat. So I was trying a bunch of different top coats. The Glisten Glow top coat does not accept bubbles very well at all. Neither does the Vibrant Vinyls top coat. This Moonshine Manny top coat actually was able to retain the bubble texture the most of all of them, but it wasn't super consistent across all of the nail. It would get like the first, I think part of it was drying too fast still, so part of the nail wouldn't get the bubbles on it before it had set too much to allow the bubbles to make a texture. So what I'm thinking today, hey Gators, hello, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate your support despite my inconsistent streaming schedule as of late. Life's been all over the place, and I've been doing my nails at weird, odd times that aren't convenient to stream. So anyway, what I'm going to try today, I've got a hangnail here, so I'm just trying to clip it off. What I'm going to try today is to use a regular clear polish over the top of a quick dry top coat. So I'm going to do color coat, top coat, let that set, and then do a regular clear polish, and then do the bubbles on that, so that I still have the protection from the quick dry top coat, and hopefully this will dry relatively quickly over the top. We're just going to test that first, though, because I'm not sure if it'll work or not. Look at the tucky nose. She's a sweet one. I was watching back Colette's stream from Saturday because I had Thanksgiving with my side of the family on Saturday, and I wasn't able to be there live. And as I was skipping through, I heard her say, "Congratulations to you," and I don't know what it was for. What was she congratulating me for? Because I want to also congratulate you, but I want to know what I'm congratulating you for. Alright, so let's just do some testing here. Let's get the base coat on and all of that, because I want all of the layers to be the same in the testing as they are in the real thing. Let's bring this down a little bit. Oh, yay! That's super exciting. Congratulations for sure. Alright, that's better focus. Okay, so we got... This is your first little one, yeah, Gators? There is something weird going on with my base coat. I'm not sure what exactly, but that did not apply as evenly and smoothly as I expect it to. Okay, let's take that off and try again. I do not know what is going on, but this top part of my base coat is being really weird. And like this part that's on the brush is quite stringy. So I'm just gonna wipe off what's on the brush and clean the brush with some acetone. Yeah, James and I have been trying to figure out timing for us to start doing that kind of stuff too. Hey, Praise! And I was just telling Praise earlier today, I have the birth control that's in your arm. So you do every 3 years, you have to take it out and put a new one in or whatever. And the one that I have in right now is supposed to come out in April. And we are not thinking that we're going to be quite ready at that point. So I'm going to get another one put in and, you know, get it taken out in the midways when the time is right. Okay, let's see if this applies better. I think I just got something on my brush because this is acting normal now. That was really weird. It was like dragging and kind of clumpy, and I don't even know what was going on. She's such a log, this big cat. You know what? I'm gonna paint a couple of nails so that we can do a couple of tests without having to wait for all of them to dry in the mid-betweens. And then, you know, I'm not expecting any of them to stay once the testing's done, but maybe one of them will be good enough to. Who knows? We'll find out. Because I want to test just the color, right? The polish, right? With my idea. And then I also want to test with the multichrome with the polish with my idea. Oh, well, I'm excited that you are going to be a mom. That's super cool. Have you been trying for a while? Or was it kind of a surprise? Gosh, this bottle is not wanting to close. Get on there. I've got lots of chunky chunks around the threads here, so that's probably not helping. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so then we want color. This is a for sure one coat color. Let's try this color and the other color. And then we can have one test with each color without... I have 2 powders though. We can always do half the nail with one powder and half the nail with the other powder. I miss Virago Varnish. I'm sad that they're not making polish anymore. Their creams are just so good. One coat. Unquestionably. Oh, good. Yeah, you were talking about your Christmas tree and having like different angles from the desks and stuff. We actually don't have room for a Christmas tree in our apartment. Once I set up my little library slash nail corner, which is actually more like a nail corner slash library. Yeah, we don't have room. You were asking about kale polish the other day, Caters, and yes, kale polish is very good. I am using a kale polish right now. The brush is a little wide for my personal preference, which is actually, you know, the Lights Lacquer one I think is going to be slightly less wide than this one, but it's not like too wide to work with. And look, I just got one coat red cream. Very nice. They have really good good cream polishes. I don't have a ton of their other finishes, but I did order some this weekend since they are closing for good on the 2nd, and they were like, what, $2 something a bottle? This shade Brick Sidewalk is one of the ones that's still available. Yeah. Agreed. Okay. It's like the concentration of painting the nails. I just lapsed into silence. Okay, so we're going to put regular top coat on, and then we're going to wait for a little bit until that's kind of set, and then we're going to try this on top. Because, like I said, the regular top coat wasn't doing it. I'm going to do 2 of the nails with just the cream and the top coat, and then I'll do the powders on the other ones before I top coat them. I've been watching DuckTales on Disney Plus because Praise was nice enough to give me her login. Yeah, actually, they're not bad together. I'm probably not going to use both of them because I'm probably going to be using Multichrome powder over the top if that works out okay. And then you won't really see the base color anyway. However, yeah, DuckTales theme song stuck in my head because I was watching it all last week. That's too tacky still to rub powder onto. Lift the finger. Wipe the fingerprint away. Goodbye, fingerprint. Pretend I didn't touch you. Oh, she's a stately queen. I love the way she tips her head up when I go to scratch behind her ears. She's just like, oh, yes. Please don't rip up the chair. I know you're a happy girl, but that's no good. Okay, so we have the What's Up Nails Dragon Powder and the What's Up Nails Sunset Powder that we are going to be attempting to put onto here if it's dry enough, which it's not quite yet, but those are the ones we're going to be trying. Yesterday when we were at my parents' house for Thanksgiving second version, someone was talking about what they were doing to get rid of one of the contestants who was having a lucky streak on Jeopardy. Praise, was that Ian that was saying that? I don't remember. He was winning too much money, so they ended up having the easiest game of Jeopardy ever, so that the other contestants had a better chance of answering the questions instead of him. And the final Jeopardy question was kind of geared specifically toward one of the people's like schooling that they specifically had studied to kind of guarantee that she would get it right. Kind of dumb. Okay, that's close enough to being dry that I'm gonna buff this on. Because you want it to be tacky, otherwise it won't stick. You know, I actually have never seen the old DuckTales. I don't know if the theme song is the same. James has seen it. I should ask him. Or if you've seen it, anybody. You can tell me if the one from back in the 80s and early 90s or whenever it was, if that's the same theme. This dragon powder is a slightly larger particle size than the other multichromes. Once you buff it, you don't really notice, but when you're first applying it, you can really see a difference there. Okay, so you can see it's a lot more golden on the dragon powder side and a lot more sunset-y. Let's try it over the other color and see if that changes things dramatically or not. This sort of taupe color is called Disrobed, and it's actually the color that I use when I am filing my nails to make sure that my shape's even. Okay, so can you see a difference in the chrome over the two colors? Just a little bit, right? This is slightly more vibrant on the red side. This one is slightly not quite as vibrant on the red side. This side, the greenishness shows more and the grayishness shows more. Well, it doesn't really matter until we get the top coat on them and things to see if it actually still looks good with the bubbles on top. So let's see what we got. I've tried the water-based top coat thing first, and to be honest, it makes it slightly less chromatic, even like just to the same degree that the Glisten Glow top coat does. So, alright, let's let those set. And then I think that this is dry enough on this other side that we can start to try the clear polish thing. I have a little stainless steel chopstick here, and I'm going to get my bubbles whipped up. Pardon the noise if there is one. I'm going to get enough bubbles that I can sort of dunk my finger into it to apply it onto the nail without getting my finger super wet. Okay, we're going to put a coat of invisible. Oh well, I just totally botched that nail by smashing it into my other hand before the top coat was set, so excuse me. But this... Okay, regular polish. So this is a regular clear polish. Hopefully it will react like a regular polish and give me the bubbling without taking ages and ages to dry. One of the things... Okay, so we've got a little bit of texture happening, but not a ton. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Let's zoom you in. Okay, so we have some bubble texture on that side, some bubble texture on that side, but it's not consistent, and it doesn't look good, to be blunt about it. Let's try a little bit of a thicker coat on the red nail. Oh, gotta get the bubbles whipped first. Nope, no, not that. This. This is just Dawn dish soap and water. I tried some combinations that involved like rubbing alcohol and stuff, because some of the people that I was watching do this said that they were using like gel cleanser, which is or rubbing alcohol in the mix. But the bubbles popped too much, too quickly. When I was whipping it up, they weren't staying there in order for me to grab them. Okay. I want them to stay on the nail long enough for the polish to set with the bubbles. If the bubbles pop too soon, they're not going to leave the texture behind. That's about what I was getting with the other top coat. It's not super textured. Do you see that? Like, obviously it's not smooth. It made a texture, but it's not... Like I said, the bubbles were popping too quickly. Let me do just the red on the pinky, and I'll show you how that looks by itself, because that's the one I was doing in testing with just the regular polish. Gotta let the base dry a bit though. Okay, so this idea is not working out super great. This clear coat is not really doing it. Let's... I want to see... I'm going to do the Moonshine Manny top coat on the other nail to see if I can show you the texture I was getting with that one. And I can compare and see if that is better than the clear. Like I said, the regular top coat, the Glisten Glow top coat that I normally use, was not holding the texture at all. But the Moonshine Manny one was doing a better job of it. Like I said, not over the whole nail. It was kind of inconsistent, but it did better than the Glisten Glow. And I was wondering if that was because it's 5 free, whereas the Glisten Glow top coat and the Vibrant Vinyls ones are not 5 free. Oh, okay. We do have some bubble texture. Oops, don't put a fingerprint in it, Gloria. Good gracious. On this ring nail. Hang on, let me get you up here. Okay. I'm gonna angle this differently so that we get a different light source on it. I'm seeing some bubbliness. That's too reflective. From my angle, let me see if I can get better light again. You can see the bubbles from... I can see some round circular bubblynesses happening here. More than on this nail. But it's not... like from far away, I have to be kind of close to look to see the bubbliness. And if the light is at the wrong angle, it doesn't look bubbly. It just looks like I have weird wrinkly top coat. So I don't know. I don't know. Alright, let's put some red on the pinky. And I'll show you what that kind of looked like. Oh, let's get some bubbles going first, because we want to do it when the polish is wet. Okay, do you see how the bubbles are sitting there and they're not just popping right away? Like they start to pop, but it's after a minute. Okay, do you see the bubble texture there? Do you see how much more successful that is? If I just do the regular polish without the top coat and stuff, there was a pretty big bubble there. And it does start to settle out a little bit. But that's much more intentionally textured looking, right, than this one next to it. Do you see what I mean? This doesn't look nearly as textured as that. But I don't trust that without top coat to last very long. Also, it's starting to settle out, do you see, as it dries. It's looking less and less textured as it settles and dries. What a big girl. Look at her little toes. Oh, you can't see her little toes. Her toes are so cute. There they are, being curly. She's got her little foot doing this. Right there. Going took. So, do I have another clear polish that isn't Sally Hansen Invisible? Because it could just be that the particular formula of that particular polish isn't amenable to this. I have this Julep Be Strong polish that my mother-in-law / father-in-law gave me. I could try that. Let's smooth out this nail a little bit so that we're not starting with a bumpy base. And let's open this. And let's whip up some more bubbles. And let's put this on the nail. I think this is a base coat. The julep one. I don't know. And then let's put the bubbles on. We'll see if this one holds a texture better. I initially thought that the quick dry top coat would work better than regular polish to hold the texture because it dries faster, right? And the idea is for it to dry while it's in the ridges. In order to get the textured look. Well, that's not anything to sneeze at. Maybe I need to wait a little bit before I put it on with the regular polish. Like while it's still wet, but not quite so wet. Here, let's try it on the thumb. Putting it over another color might change the look too. I don't know. We'll see. Da, na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Okay, and then bubbles. Let's see how this one turns out. Not super bubbly so far. Okay, so that one, this side over here was already too dry by the time I put the bubbles on. So I don't think waiting longer is necessarily as good. Is this dry yet? See that? I also tried doing this and then top coating it, and it just self-leveled too much and the texture completely vanished. Grump, 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 grump. Okay, let's take this off. Do I have another clear? I had Sesh Clear. I don't know where I put it. Let's see, is it over here? Oh, I have the Cuticula top coat that's not a quick dry top coat that I really didn't like because it smeared things. But I don't have hardly any in there because I used it on a bunch of swatch sticks to use it up. So never mind. Let's take this off. Are you doing catch up on your list of things while you watch me praise? Your queue of orders? Yes, verily. That's good. Hey James, can you do me a favor? I left my cotton balls over by the couch. I wasn't thinking. Can you grab them for me?
Small?
I left my cotton balls. Yeah.
Oh, she grabbed me.
Oh? Oh, her little foot. She's like, you can't leave.
She was just curious.
Thank you.
I want to go out and hit her.
Sorry for the cotton ball, my bigs. I apologize. Okay, let's think of the polish that dries the fastest of all of the polishes in my collection. Probably this one. This muted one from Virago Varnish. That's why I use it when I'm filing my nails, because it dries so fast. So let's try that one without a top coat and see if I can get a texture from it that I like. And if I can, then we might just go without top coat, because I'm not going to bed for another several hours. And it might have enough time to dry without getting sheet mark ruination across everything. Because really that is where most of the trouble is coming in, is attempting to top coat and things. And there probably is a combination that will work, just not with the top coats that I have, because I don't have every top coat. We could also try with the matte top coat. And see how that reacts. I have a couple of different matte top coats. Most of the ones that I have cause shrinkage though, and I don't want that, even if I am doing a textured nail. So let's just do the Quixotic polish one. Clean that brush. Alright, get out of here. Julep thing. You're unwelcome. The only difficulty, or I guess not difficulty, but the only like sad thing about possibly not using top coat is the Multichrome powders cannot be used without a top coat because they will just rub off. So I'm going to close them for now. Ugh, that one vomited dust out of itself onto me. Okay. I'm gonna try one nail over here without a base coat. Yeah. Just for kicks. See if it reacts any differently. While I wait for the base coat to dry. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad he was able to get a replacement for not expensive, but that still kind of sucks.
Yeah. Let's do all the rest. Now I'm stopping. No, I'm just trying to wake up Sandy.
Okay, so we have lead texture,
Perfect.
right? That didn't turn out too bad,
No, I've never had an item like it.
that particular nail, right? With just the regular polish. Let's try it with the base coat, because I know that'll wear better. And then we'll try with the color and then matte top coat and see if the matte top coat will take. I should have gotten my bubbles ready first. This one's going to be the one with matte top coat. Because I'm going to have to wait for it to dry and then put the top coat on it. Okay, so we're doing just the thumb then. With the base coat without the matte. Doop 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 doo. She's so cute when she smushes her head into things. Okay, that side's not ready. Bubbles need to stay there. That texture looks pretty cool. It's not as ridgy as the one without the base coat. Do you see what I mean? It's a little bit more flattened out. This one is a little bit more ridged. We're gonna do half of this nail with top coat and then matte top coat, and the other half is just gonna be matte top coat. Because normally when I do matte top coat, I do regular top coat first. And I want to be able to test both equally. This one has the most texture so far. Just the polish without base coat. This with the base coat has some texture, but not as much. The red one with base coat had about the same amount of texture as this one, but it's not as quick to dry. She's a sweet one. Hi, gorgeous baby girl. Well, she yawns. The one. Hello. She's so cute. Now, see, the other thing that I'm wondering is if I buffed a chrome powder over the top of this, would it only catch on the top of the texture? That's something to try. Gosh, I closed that very tightly. There we go. And also the question is it too dry? Haha, it is only catching on the ridges. That's cool. I like that. Yes, okay. That's an interesting twist. Yes? Here, let me bring you in even closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, do you see that? How the multichrome is only on the tops of the ridges? And then it would keep the pattern even when I top coat it. Haha. I want to top coat this and see what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. The only question is, can I put a base coat under it without ruining it? And should I do that on all of the nails, or should I do those on accent nails? We also need to test the matte real quickly, because I said I was gonna, but we're probably gonna go with this. Alright, let's get the matte. And let's whip up some bubbles. Okay. There's a hair. Get out of there, you hair. Quickly before it starts to mattify. Okay. Bubbles.
Says it's blue teeth like tact.
The bubbles are being bubbly. Okay, this is actually giving me more texture than some of the other top coats I was looking at. Not super good. You can see a little bit of the bubbliness there. Do you see that on the corner? It's not consistent across the whole nail, though.
Real game, so they're playing that.
This is by far the most successful experiment. I'm not going to remove that yet before I do some testing with the base coat to see if I can get it more consistent. Well, let's actually clean off the nail plate in case the testing on this with the base coat is excellent, and then we can just keep those nails. I actually need to do a little bit of reshaping on this ring nail. Just right on the end there is not perfectly rounded. There we go. That's better. Okay. All clean. We need to wait for the base coat to dry the appropriate amount that I normally let base coat dry, though. We don't want to rush into the application of the color. We don't want the base coat sticking on the edges. Okay, so let's take the polish off from these two nails. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that base coat's dry. Bubbles first. Get them ready. Okay. I'm going to clean up the edge later. I know there's a big glob in my cuticle, but the bubbles are more important. The bubbles are more important. It's just dish soap and water, Praise. Okay, I'm going to do another test on my index nail without the base coat. Just as a comparison directly between the one that has the base coat and the one that doesn't. That one with base coat still ended up getting a lot of good texture. Do you see that? Okay, let's clean out the stuff that was in the cuticle. Okay, so then powder and just lightly across the top. I might have gotten a little bit too much right there on that part. I might be able to remove it in some of the divots that I didn't mean to divot into, possibly. Okay, good. Okay. That nail, I think, is going to be ready for top coat in just a second. We're going to go around with this to get rid of the excess powder that might get in the top coat around the skin. I don't want to use a fluffy brush because the polish is still slightly tacky and I'm afraid that I will dent the polish if I go in with a fluffy brush to remove the excess powder. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to top coat it. Okay, and we're going to make sure that we scoop out the cuticle area. Sorry, I'm too zoomed in. I realized that just now as I look at my computer. I apologize. Okay, so this one is the one with base coat, this one is the one without base coat. Obviously the individual bubble patterns are different, but I think that the same sort of technique can be achieved with base coat, which will make the wear time longer. I just need to use a slightly lighter hand, I think, because I pushed too much into the corners on this one. I'm not going to redo this nail until I've done all of them, and if it's out of place in the amount of powder that's on it, when I've finished them all, then I will go back and redo it. But for now, it's fine. All right, let's get this. Let's close the things we're not using. Get them up out of our way. That and that. We are using those. We're not using those. Actually, let's put a matte top coat over the one without base coat that we're going to be removing, this one here. Because that is a thought I'm going to be having later, is should we put a matte top coat on this? And this will tell us if we should or not. Let's let it finish mattifying and then we will decide. I'm thinking the answer is no, leave it glossy. Because you're getting a lot more dimension when it's glossy. Okay. Oh, I already put base coat on the pinky. Oh well, I'm gonna re-put base coat on the pinky because I just blobbed my acetone cotton ball right into it. Okay, close the matte top coat. I've got a bubble in my base coat. There we go. Glisten Glow is getting a new brush that I don't think they're substituting it into their polish, but you can order it for like super cheap if you want a rounder brush. So I got some in my, they had like a 5 for free sort of a deal, and then there were some that had like a new cap with the new brush for like 25 cents or whatever. So I ended up getting a new cap for things like my base coat where I've like chewed on the cap to get it open a couple of times and stuff, so that I have a nice cap with the new brush. And then I don't know, the other ones were free, so I'll see if I want to put them in the other bottles depending on how I like it. I generally do like the flatter brush with the rounded end as opposed to a more squared off one. So I probably will like it. Okay, I'm going to be going I'm getting some of this off because I glommed that on a little bit too heavy-handedly. Okay. Ring finger. There's the beginnings of a hangnail there. Come on. Why do you torment me so? I literally went around and made sure that there weren't anything hangnail-ish before I started stream. And now there's a new little hangnail-ish. Right there. Okay. She's so beautiful, this cat. Okay. Oh! You guys. I cannot believe. Okay. Alright. We are now on a rescue mission. Okay. I did this to my green powder onto the carpet the other day. And now I just did it to my red one onto my lap. I'm just very carefully picking up each Q-tip, powder side up, and then attempting to tap it into the container. I bought a replacement for my green because I wasn't able to salvage very much of it, but I might be able to salvage this to a greater degree. Because it's not all ground into the carpet and things. However, I don't know how successfully I'll be able to get the stuff off my lap. I'm glad it didn't go all into my chair though. This was completely empty when we started though, and we're already regaining. So that's good. It doesn't particularly matter if we get powder on our base coat because we're going to be putting polish over it. So I'm not really worried about that so much as in saving what I spilled. To the greatest degree possible. I know this is kind of tedious, I'm sorry. Oh, I scared the big cat. Okay, some of this I can get into the lid. And then get it back into the container.
Yup. Yeah. Playing the game while I read about
Progress
people
is being
generating
made,
money.
right? We're saving more and more of it.
Some guy found a loophole, like a stock trading site, like generating infinite money. And they shared it on Reddit, and a whole bunch of people were doing. And it just occurred to them that this is probably illegal. And now I'm watching the fallout of it. It's been like a week or two. It's pretty interesting. It's very interesting.
Sorry, I bumped the camera. See, this whole part here, I really would like to get, but I don't know how to do that without tipping it all onto the chair.
Well, they're trying to figure out how to blend
There's
it
more
on
in
the
here
website.
that I can
Fancy.
save, but this whole side wall area is kind of in the way.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yes.
This is the most tedious thing I've ever done on stream. And it's not even interesting because it's not even art. It's just cleaning up a mess. I'm just going to say that the rest of that is not salvageable. It's too deep in there. I'm not going to be able to get it out. Now the question is, for the clothes stuff, gosh. Okay, some of this I know I can get. Like this here, I thought I would be able to kind of I think I'm just gonna have to vacuum parts of this. Okay, that's not working horribly. There's so much powder on my pants. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to get for now. This is like super depressing. Alright. Let's clean off my hands as well as I can. Like I said, I already did my base coat. Most of this will wash off, but I don't want all the stuff that's like right around my nail to be in the way, as we said earlier, because top coat might get involved. I'll probably have to clean off right around my nail before I top coat anyway, because I am going to be rubbing I don't know. It's too messy. It's too messy. Okay. All right. Here we go. Back to the actual manicure. Making some more bubbles. Let's come back up here. Let's start with the thumb. You see, though, it comes off pretty easily with soap and water, so I'm pretty sure that these clothes will be okay. Let's get... There we go, that's better focus level. While that's waiting to pop, might as well paint the next nail, right? Okay, this side didn't get as many bubbles as I would like. I might go over that with a little bit more of the polish and a little bit more bubble. Just right over here. More bubbles. If you can see that. I'm just foaming until I have enough bubbles to do the next nail or two.
How could you not win? It's a game. That's true.
Okay.
I'm just looking at pictures. Some of them words on it.
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what just happened. My brush bristles vanished into the brush.
If you wish. I'm good at that. I think we achieved maximum sad last time. You remember last time? Do you remember? I don't think you remember. Let's look at your score here. Let's see, 1 and 11. The cat dog Aurelia had like 17 kills in 15 minutes. Remember that? I thought that was pretty good.
We're not going to end our stream today with a lovely hand because I have to wash my hands after my top coat sets in order to make this look finished. I think I need to redo that.
I like the color. Yeah.
This is not textured enough.
Industry. More working hands. Our intern called our coworker a boomer today. I was very pleased.
Your intern? Are you talking about the same intern as before?
It can't be something else. That'd be weird.
Excuse me.
He cannot be an employee, and he absolutely cannot be helping out at his age. He's an intern. He looks old enough. Ish. In a way. Pal.
Okay.
What the?
Bubbles.
What the? Bastards. I'm going to murder them. Took my champion.
Freaking multichrome powder all over my pants.
I guess. I don't know. Like, ash. Yes. How could you make it so smart, dude? How did he get so smart? Like half the time, this game doesn't know what masteries or whatever I actually want. What are these new things? Runes? Doesn't know what runes I want. If I have, it's pretty consistent. If I have the biscuit and the shoe, and then I change the biscuit to whatever this star-looking thing is, and then it makes the shoe into a biscuit. That's not what I wanted. I want the shoe to remain a shoe. That's why I left it there.
I don't know what James is talking about, but it's making me laugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like inside.
Yeah.
I'm chuckling internally to myself.
Right? Makes sense to me.
Alright, we got some good texture on that nail. That's good.
It's the minus 580. It's getting screwed again. Minus 5.
Okay, so then we're gonna go very lightly over the top.
Alright, let's go get murdered bot. As we do. Oh, no, don't say brand.
There's a couple of little places where I over smeared.
Makes my butt hurt.
because the polish was still a little bit damp.
Here, I'll play music so they can't hear us.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, we should go. We should go, Leisha. So that guy doesn't get all sad. Remember the other guy? What a nice fella. I told you I got that Shivana skin from buying a mouse, right? Because of Harry. Yeah. I can't believe it's what he wanted for his birthday. Yeah. Whoa. Big brain. What the? Dude, look at that. Look at that range, dude. My range. Again. What the?
Okay, pinky time. More bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
I think that the ring nail is in line with the rest.
Wow.
I'm not going to remove it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. They're like not even here and you're dead. So dumb.
I think one of the keys for this particular design that I'm doing is to continue to add
I can't wait for 20
bubbles
minutes from now on
until
to
the
activate and
polish
build
is
it.
starting to set. If you let them pop too soon, then you end up
Can't last.
without a texture.
Hey, he needs help. Grapes or Siobhan? One of those people needs help. What the? I don't know. Oh, what is that? She shoots like a sled at you. I don't know. With all these strings on my hand.
Okay, that is a very nice texture.
Oh my god. I hate them. No. I got a Metaver W. When's Kitty Cat brand?
This is slightly soft still, so I have to be very careful not to push the texture flat.
The man dying. It's so funny. Uh-oh. One HP for it. Oh, Shyvana. I don't have anything to help him, really. I'm Ash, you see.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at his range. You got him. He's dead. Careful. Hey, they're hitting me. I'm gonna die to these little men. Don't laugh. It's terrifying. I'm dying.
There needs to be a little bit more powder right there.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, they would have fed one of those on our team. They'll win the game for us. Alright, I need some money. I gotta wait. Yeah, I'll how she like chokes halfway through. Come on, hurry up, give me the gold.
I accidentally removed a little bit too much powder there, but I don't want to put powder on my finger to replace it because I will totally get it all over the entire area instead of just one spot.
Watch this.
Okay.
Watch this. See? Found them.
We're going to top coat the pinky and then I'm going to stretch because my leg needs to. And then we're going to go on and do the other hand.
Oh, God.
And then after I'm done with the other hand, I'm going to go wash my hands to get rid of all the powder that is all over me. And then I'm going to put these clothes in the wash. Well, I can't put them directly in the washing machine because I live in an apartment building and our laundry room is closed. But I will put them in the, hamper. And hopefully they will be none the worse for Multichrome powder. Okay, let's bring you guys up closer.
What?
Texture. Okay, leg stretch time.
You're so mean.
Oh.
God, he's gonna shoot the crazy rangey. How did you not hit anyone? Up and then you. Oh, I didn't get it. You're right.
Oh.
There it is. What the?
That cleanup that I had to do made this take way longer than it would have otherwise. Okay. On to the second hand. We already have base coat on it.
Mid. Look at our mid. Big woman. Oh yeah. Our team's great.
Do I have a dent?
Look out for that.
No, it's just a weird smudge.
That's why it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate's
I was going to say, how did I do that?
It's dumb.
The answer is, I didn't.
Here I come. No. I'm so much better at farming. What a thing to be proud of. Yeah.
I don't want them to pop too soon because then the texture will not be
Yeah.
imprinted. These are very smooth with just the one layer of top coat, though.
Bruh. Okay, why is he? Look at him just stand there.
Oh wow,
What?
sorry about
What?
the white balance there. Okay, Night Night Praise. Did you see my horrible mess? And my sadness of cleaning it up?
Powder. Powder. Yeah. Well, they did. I want to play Kate. I'm mad. When? Oh, I messed that up. I messed that up too. Okay.
I am going to give that a minute because on the last two nails I've done, I have been trying to put the powder on a little bit too soon.
No. Run. Just run. Dude. Dude, look at our team. We have an excellent top laner, an excellent mid laner. Our jungle, I don't know. We're doing great. I'm sending a bird again. Graves is top. Graves toe.
That texture is really good. I'm going to get the bubbles going on the index nail before I put the multichrome on the thumb.
Yeah. No. 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 Yeah. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I messed up. Wait. Wait. Woman. Wait. 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 Oh. 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 Good for us. Good for us. Alright, do we help them or do we get plating? Let's get plating. Let's be selfish. I want to do that.
Slightly thicker coat of polish, very thick coat of bubbles. So far has been the ticket.
Why even live, dude?
Very thick coat of bubbles.
She's dead. I'm coming. Graves, zigs are there. I'm coming. Brand.
Okay, zigs. That's ready for multichrome.
No.
Very light touch.
Yeah, of course he did. Let's get this.
Very light touch.
Alright, I'm back up. I don't have anything anymore. Look at it. Oh, we gotta go. Our lane. What did we do? Our lane's pushing. We go down. Our lane's pushing by like 2%.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, it's a good pushing. Oh, no, I was right. That means we can freeze it right here.
If you hear that weird twirly chirpy noise, that's one of my cats playing with a bird toy. And by a bird toy, I mean a toy that makes bird noises, not a toy designed for birds.
Look at these two. No. I gotta run. Well, that's okay. It was work. It's fine.
Sorry about the white balance. I'm not sure why it does that sometimes, only on this hand.
Middle.
It's kind of infuriating, to be honest.
Middle. Okay. A lot of stuff to push anyway. Let's go play A-Ram. I love low elo A-Ram. Let's go. Go. Get up. Got up. Oh.
Oh, I almost did something disastrous there. I didn't, but it was a near miss.
I don't think we're gonna get him.
I scraped off this little edge bit of polish. So we are gonna do a very quick
Kill the orc.
fix.
Yeah, get out of here.
Add a little polish. And add a little lava top coat. While everybody else is still wet. And it should all meld. Get off.
We're playing a dangerous game here. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Ow. You gonna ult me? I'm leaving. Goodbye.
We're gonna do some cleanup on that though.
What the? Cool. Zig metal. Graves is like nearby. It's going crazy. What the? No. 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 Now they're all after me. Well, this is rough. They're coming. We'll look out. Well, when I got the arrow set up, he should have landed the spear on the guy that can't fly.
Let's get some bubbles going on the middle finger.
Get Graves. Get up. He's dead. Get him. Get him. Bye. Zig's leave me alone. Ah! Monk. Alright. I go spend money. I'll be back.
More bubbles.
Hurricane time. out, they're annoying. Okay, our team farmed everything, so I guess we just wait. Brands there.
The bubbles on that side are really not very good,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm going to add a little bit more polish right there and add some more bubbles.
I think it's Graves. I wonder if we can kill him. Oh. Okay. Was it? I'm gonna honor Shivana for not tilting. I think. Oh, I can't wait. Open.
There's the thumbs.
It's bad.
You can, the duochrominess right there is pretty cool. Yeah. Let's get the top coat on the
Well,
index finger after I do a little corrective grayish taupe right in this corner. Okay.
yeah. I don't know. Power creep? Probably the whole, constantly making better versions of old characters thing. Unwinnable laner. Oh God, he's jumbo. Hey, where am I? I want to be mid. Never get to play king.
Okay. There's the index nails.
Mm-hmm.
This one is not fully dry, but it's getting there.
Wait, top. My band include only like timer. I think top and bot are gonna switch. By the way, got a first pick team round. Don't take. What the?
All the way around. Sorry, that's not in focus. And
Let's see who the other team picks up. I'll like this. I'm doing it.
okay, let's do this one before we do the multichrome on the middle nail.
Whoa, the other team. Whoa. hard a day. What's that tea?
Like I said, thick coat of polish,
Should I assume
lots
I'm
of bubbles.
I need to know for my last room. I'll just assume. So. Let's go fast. Taco of Life 1.
Okay, this is ready for multichrome powder.
Timo is your favorite Tristana face. You should make one with the eyes. I'm looking. I guess it's art. Ish. Hmm.
I'm getting better at applying, but as a consequence, the two hands are not looking like this nail needs to have more smearing in order for it to be consistent with the other hand. So I am going to intentionally add a little bit of smearing, where I'm pushing a little harder and making the bubbles kind of meld together a little bit more on part of the nail.
I'm excited.
Okay, that's a little bit more consistent.
Let me get to play. What do you think? Lucian's icon is my nemesis. Whoa.
Okay. Cuticle.
When do we get to play? What do you think? Someday. Console after mobile. Leon. I do. I got it out of the box. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, that's going to need a little bit of cleanup as well.
It really is.
I have less texture up here, but I'm actually going to leave that.
Look, DC.
Again, because I want consistency between the two hands. And this nail also has less bubbling on parts of the nail, so I want to maintain that across the two hands. Alright, you know what? I am not this close. I'm down here. I need to just stay down here.
Very good. No, cause this clan is like your home.
I can't do that fast enough with my non-dominant hand.
Cosmos' clan is so amazing.
Alright.
Yeah, it does. I don't have an opponent. No. No. I don't know, dude. No, I don't have an opponent.
Oh, the big cat's back.
Or you mean a remix?
There she is.
Here it comes. I'm getting plating. I'm level 2.
I've got some soapy water right here.
Uh-oh.
And this hand's top coat is dry. So I'm going to start removing some of this excess powder. Obviously, I'm going to finish washing my hands once I'm gone. But this will make me feel less grungy.
Hey, dude. There's no one here.
And it will help me see what I need to clean up with acetone too, a little bit.
The one time I get to admit it, huh?
Alright, let's do
Evelyn, never mind.
Finger off.
You're so smart.
Very gently.
Okay. Okay. Where's my damage to champs, dude?
Okay, I
Yeah,
have actually a little bit too much there.
One sec, let me restart.
That's a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying the contrast between the base color and the multichrome powder in these. The cool tones and the warm tones. Yeah.
Oh man. Dang that.
Pinky is nearly done. I'm gonna go back around. Hi, Dr. Crotron. We are almost done. Here, let me get you close up. We are working on multichrome bubble nails. I have a brush in my mouth, sorry. It's got goldish, orangish, copperish, bronzish, reddish sort of a deal going on.
Yasua.
Ignore all of the excess powder everywhere. I made a horrible, horrible mess. Do you see this horrible, horrible mess? I spilled multichrome powder on my lap. And it was very depressing. But I was able to salvage from completely empty back to having, you know, jar of powder. So tedious but effective. So we have the pinky left on this side. And then we will be done. I'm top coating as I go, because I don't want to accidentally rub off the powder. So we're almost done. And this big cat is being a sweet patoot. That's right. Perseverance, always. That's like one of my defining characteristics, is perseverance in the face of any sort of trouble, or I was going to say tribulation, but that's a little bit exaggerated for nails.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm just dipping my finger in the multichrome powder and very lightly going across the texture that I've already made on the nails. Were you in Colette's Bubble Nails stream, Doc? Do you understand why there are bubble textures? I'm doing this with regular polish though, and she did it with gel, so the process is a little bit different. Top coat does not work with the bubbles, regular or quick dry. Yeah, so I am doing the bubble texture in the coat of regular polish, and then because if I top coat over it, it would smooth out the texture completely, I'm just skimming the multichrome powder across the tops of the bubbles so that when I put top coat, you can still see the honeycomb effect, even though the nail ends up flat and smooth. I've been fiddling with this for quite a while, because if you don't top coat, you can have the texture with the regular polish.
Sounds like someone said,
but I don't trust myself to have nails that are not top coated, because I'm not patient enough to not touch things with my hands while they're drying,
they're gonna be disappointed,
and they would be completely ruined. So I don't want to do that. Alright, there's one spot here where I kind of pushed a little bit too hard, so I'm going to remove a little bit of the multichrome powder from inside that little divot. And then I am going to get a little bit more of the multichrome powder, because I accidentally went a little bit too far in my correction. And we're going to go back across the top. Okay. That's good enough. Let's top coat it and see what's what. We do have to go back around and do what top coat cleanup. But all of the multichrome powder that's on my hands, I am not cleaning up on stream. I'm just gonna wash my hands once I am done with stream, and we will be good to go.
Brand the Demon Hunter.
Following my regular rule that too much top coat is always better than not enough.
Later, dude. Nice.
I want to completely encapsulate my nail. Completely remove any possibility of shrinkage, even though this top coat doesn't really shrink. I don't want to give it any opportunity to. Okay.
What the?
Let's close this. You can't see her head at all. Here, let me move this. Nope, you still can't see her head at all. She's a silly goof. Okay. Yeah, we're actually done with this as well.
I don't see it.
I'm just going to get some of the multichrome off of the tip of this finger because there's a little divot right here on my top coat that I want to smooth out, but I can't do that if I've got multichrome powder. I'm just going to get a little blob of acetone hanging off of my finger here on my index finger, and I'm going to go woo on the little area of top coat that was divoting to smooth it out without leaving a fingerprint. There, now it's smooth. Okay, let's go around with the brush and get any little bits of excess top coat. There's your face. That big girl. She's a big girl. She's so cute. This big cat, she's so good. How beautiful face. Oh, how cute ears.
Hello, palm over here.
The sweetest one.
What the? What the?
She's a good cat. Although, a couple of nights ago when I woke up, she had been sleeping on top of my shoulder when I was sleeping on my side, and I had a weird something in behind my shoulder blade that was painful the entire day because she had stretched it weirdly by sitting on it. But that's okay. She didn't know. She was just trying to be warm because it's getting cold.
What?
Like I said, all the excess powder that's stuck all over me, I'm not dealing with. I'm just getting rid of the top coat on the skin, and then I'm going to be done, and I'm going to go wash my hands and put these sad multichrome powder covered clothes in the wash. Because they are covered in multichrome powder, and I don't want to shed multichrome powder all over my house for the rest of the evening. That would just be non-productive. I was saying earlier, I spilled green multichrome powder on my carpet. Not in this area, but in the living room the other day as well. I don't know in either circumstance how I knocked it off of the thing that it was sitting on.
More like that.
In that circumstance, though, I was not able to save as much of it because it was in the carpet, as opposed to, in this case, most of it fell into my, I mean, there's a lot on my clothes, but most of it fell into my container of Q-tips. This stupid brush, do you see this? The bristles are just like collapsing inside of the thing. because I dipped it too deep in the acetone and I apparently dissolved the glue inside the ferrule.
Ah.
But I'm too close to the end to worry about trying to fish out a new backup brush out of somewhere. I had a container of Q-tips on my lap, and most of the powder landed on top of the Q-tips, so I spent, I don't even know how long, individually taking each Q-tip and tapping it off into the container to collect everything. Oh, I already ran around on this one.
Look, it's the same character. Look at them.
Yeah, I don't need to do that again.
Oh no. Nice. Stab them. What? How'd it go to him? Being victory.
All the way around. There's a little hair there that I'm trying to get to come off, and it's not quite listening to me. Yep. Okay, that's good.
I knew it. He's gonna be here all the time now. What the? Yasuo mains.
I still have the DuckTales theme song stuck in my head. It's just like playing in the background of my brain while I'm doing this.
The minions are doing like no damage to him.
Have you ever played Adventure on the Atari dock? We were at my mom's house for Thanksgiving Part 2 yesterday, and she just bought an Atari plug-and-play thing to try to help keep my Nana entertained, who has dementia. And Adventure is a very simple Atari game, and Adventure 2 is the sequel that is only mildly less simple. It's basically you have to navigate through this maze-like thing and avoid being attacked by some dragons to get a thing that looks like the Holy Grail and return it to the starting place. There's a couple of keys along the way, and you have to remember which direction you went. And in the second one, there's a room where everything's dark. It's like one of the first. I think it came out initially in end of 1979 or the beginning of 1980. One of the first games of that type of genre.
Why does that hit me?
In some ways, it reminded me of Chip's Challenge, traveling around to different screens to collect different items, to return them to different elements, to be able to go through the thing at the end.
Yeah, it doesn't match the graphic. It's like
I loved Chip's Challenge.
It doesn't even go in a straight line. Yeah.
Anyway, we sat down and I played the whole thing, both of them last night. And it was fun. Adventure and Adventure 2. And then I didn't play Pitfall, but we started playing Pitfall after that.
I'm not gonna have any money this
time. And my mom was actually pretty good at figuring out the old video games. Old video games. Atari video games.
I wish I didn't have
that I had never played before. It was fun.
Yeah.
My mom and dad and my nana and granddad and Praise and her husband Ian and me and James were sitting on the couch and everybody was go, go, go to the person who was in the mid of their attempt at the moment. Alright, I think that's about all we're getting on stream. I gotta go wash my hands. Take care of these pants. Thank you for hanging out. Caters, if you're still here, thank you for hanging out too. Anybody else who's lurking, have a lovely evening. Let's close this so I don't spill it again, hey? Wise ideas. Alright. I'm glad you like it. I am enjoying, as I said right before you came on stream, the contrast between the cool tone and the warm tone. So, I'll get some good pictures and I'll put them in Discord later. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Yep. Good luck.
Let me see if I have anybody to host, actually, before I... Yes, texture is like my jam, so, you know. I'm never not gonna enjoy that. By the way, do you know if dark mode does not exist anymore in the Twitch chat?
They're killing all my farm again.
Because I normally have a window capture for the chat as opposed to other forms of getting it into my stream. And I normally have it in dark mode. And there was no dark mode setting today in the chat. So that's why my chat is white today. But I was annoyed by it, and I just couldn't find it. So, I'm not sure where it went or why I couldn't find it. If you can find it, that is weird. Alright, let's see who all is on. Looks like... Come on, Twitch. Don't be slow. Oh, Carlotte's on. She's playing Hollow Knight. I'm gonna host her. Oops, that's not how you spell her name.
Look at that fight. Look at that. Get him. Yeah.
Alright.
Wow.